There was once a young monk who lived in a monastery. He was diligent and devoted, but he also felt insecure and unhappy. He always compared himself to the other monks, who seemed to be more enlightened, more skilled, and more respected. He felt that he was not good enough, that he had not achieved anything, and that he had no purpose. One day, he went to the master and asked him for guidance. He said, "Master, I am troubled by my mind. I feel that I am worthless and useless. I have no talent, no wisdom, no merit. I have nothing to offer to the world. How can I find peace and happiness?" The master looked at him with compassion and said, "My son, you are suffering from a delusion. You are not worthless or useless. You have many talents, many wisdoms, many merits. You have everything to offer to the world. You just need to see yourself clearly." The master then gave him a mirror and said, "Take this mirror and go to the lake. Look at your reflection and tell me what you see." The young monk took the mirror and went to the lake. He looked at his reflection and saw a face that was pale, thin, and sad. He saw eyes that were dull, tired, and empty. He saw a mouth that was tight, bitter, and silent. He saw a nose that was crooked, long, and ugly. He saw ears that were big, floppy, and hairy. He felt disgusted by his appearance and said to himself, "This is me? This is who I am? How can I be happy with such a face? How can I be proud of such a face? How can anyone love such a face?" He threw the mirror into the lake and ran back to the master. He said, "Master, I've seen myself in the mirror and I am horrified by what I saw. I saw a face that was ugly, miserable, and repulsive. I saw a face that no one would want to look at or be with. How can I overcome this curse?" The master smiled and said, "My son, you have not seen yourself in the mirror. You have seen your thoughts in the mirror. You have seen your judgments in the mirror. You have seen your fears in the mirror. You have seen your illusions in the mirror." The master then gave him another mirror and said, "Take this mirror and go to the lake again. Look at your reflection and tell me what you see." The young monk took the mirror and went to the lake again. He looked at his reflection and saw a face that was radiant, healthy, and happy. He saw eyes that were bright, alert, and alive. He saw a mouth that was soft, sweet, and smiling. He saw a nose that was straight, short, and cute. He saw ears that were small, neat, and clean. He felt amazed by his appearance and said to himself, "This is me? This is who I am? How can I be unhappy with such a face? How can I be ashamed of such a face? How can anyone hate such a face?" He held the mirror close to his heart and ran back to the master. He said, "Master, I have seen myself in the mirror again, and I am astonished by what I saw. I saw a face that was beautiful, joyful, and attractive. I saw a face that anyone would want to look at or be with. How can I thank you for this blessing?" The master laughed and said, "My son, you have not seen yourself in the mirror again. You have seen your true nature in the mirror. You have seen your essence in the mirror. You have seen your potential in the mirror. You have seen your reality in the mirror." The master then took both mirrors from him and said, "These mirrors are just tools to help you see yourself clearly. They are not who you are or what you are. They are not your source of happiness or unhappiness. They are not your cause of pride or shame. They are not your reason for love or hate." The master then pointed at his heart and said, "This is where you should look for yourself. This is where you should appreciate yourself. This is where you should be gentle with yourself. This is where you should heal yourself, learn yourself, grow yourself." The young monk understood what the master meant and felt a surge of gratitude and peace in his heart. He never forgot to appreciate himself. He knew that sometimes things felt heavy and seemed like survival was no longer an option. But he was very gentle with himself. He was still healing, still learning, still growing. He had done such a great job. So he didn't pressure himself. He was good enough. He was enough. It was time to fully appreciate himself and be proud of himself. The moral lesson of the story is that we should not judge ourselves by our appearance or our thoughts, but by our true nature and our essence. We should look within ourselves and discover our potential and our reality. We should realize that we are beautiful, joyful, and attractive in our own way. We should not let external factors or opinions affect our self-esteem or happiness.